What's up everybody, my name's Louis Bullen and you clicked on this video because you suck at the finals. Or maybe you don't suck at the finals and you just want to get some tips to get better. Well, look no further because today I'm going to give you 5 tips to genuinely improve at the finals. I made a similar video to this one, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it in the description if you wanted to check that one out as well. So step number 1 obviously is understanding the finals. The finals is not Call of Duty, it's not Rainbow Six, it's not Apex Legends, it's the finals. This is a completely different game mode to what we have seen in other games before. Pairing this with all of the gadgets and specializations really gives a unique first-person shooter experience. When I first started playing the game, there was a huge learning curve for me to try and get out of that 5v5 siege bomb plant kind of mindset. So my tip for this would be to not treat the game like a different game. Treat the game like the finals. Learn the little ins and outs of the game mode. If you don't understand cash out or really know how it works, I would suggest finding a YouTube video. There are probably plenty of great videos out there that will teach you how to play this game mode, and there's probably tons of videos teaching you the little ins and outs and little tips and secrets of how to play cash out. Ain't no way. Unless you're playing team deathmatch or power shift or something like that, you really shouldn't be playing the game for kills. The goal of the game is to get a vault to a cash out and defend that cash out and earn more money than the other teams to qualify and move on to the next round. So while yes, you might have double-digit kills in a world tour match, but you might not be qualifying. And vice versa, you could have 2 kills in a world tour game, but since you are being supportive and helping your team, you're gonna qualify. So treat the game like the finals, respect the game mode, and learn how to play cash out. My second point is aim training and warming up. I mentioned this in my last video, but I just wanted to go a little bit more in depth to aim training and warming up and tell you some of the stuff that I've done that has helped me improve my aim and just feel better going into matches. My first recommendation, and probably the easiest way to warm up, is to simply go into a team deathmatch or a power shift or quick cash, some quick play game mode. It doesn't really matter if you win or lose, doesn't matter if you get a bunch of kills. You're just having fun, warming up, getting your arms and your fingers and everything stretched out so you're not so tight going into a ranked game. I would also recommend going into the final shooting range. This will help you with your sprays, with your recoil patterns, and the shooting range actually got an upgrade, so now the player models, instead of just being dummies, they're actual people that run and move and act as a real player. And have fun with it. Move around, hit the jump pads, take a zip line in. Practice the different scenarios that happen in game, so when you get in game and something happens, someone jump pads on top of you, you're not panicking. You know, oh, I can beam this guy. If you want to go more in depth and get more advanced, I would definitely recommend AimLabs. And I say AimLabs over Kovacs just because AimLabs is free. I personally use AimLabs to practice different scenarios that I see in the finals. And this is better because you practice that scenario over and over again. For example, I love practicing jump pad tracking. This is when someone is jump padding over you and you have to track them out of the sky. There's also different things like movement and ground tracking. If you want to try this out, I created an AimLabs playlist that gives you a whole bunch of different scenarios that I think relate to the finals pretty well. Now, if you really want to be a dork and you're taking it this seriously, there's different hand stretches and finger stretches and arm stretches you can do, but you're not playing at the major yet, so you don't really need to do any of that. My third point is a callback to my last video, is finding a solid stack of teammates. I just wanted to go a little more in depth with this point. The easiest way to find teammates is to use the finals Discord. It doesn't matter if you're on PC or console. You can find teammates for casual game modes and you can find teammates for ranked game modes. There's tons of players always looking for other teammates. You could even use Reddit. You could use Twitter. Another thing I recommend is the clubs feature inside of the finals. There are tons of open clubs that you can join that are full of players and you can request teammates for whatever game mode you're looking for. And if you play a game and you find a teammate that you really had fun playing with or did well with, go ahead and add them. 9 times out of 10, they'll add you back and they'll join your lobby. But what if you're a beamer? What if you're a gunner? What if you're an absolute demon inside the arena? If you really want to test your skills and see how good you are, my #1 recommendation would be the Pro Hubs Discord. When you join this server, you'll start off in tier 4 and you can work your way up by playing with other players who can then give you a vout vouch. It's kind of like a respect type of thing. Now, I really like this server because these are people that are genuinely good at the game and trying to improve at the game every day. They also do things like scrims and tournaments. So if you want to get to the top of your game and be the best you can be, I would recommend the Pro Hub's Discord, and I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. But if you want to join the best Discord server for the finals to ever exist, hands down, no one beats it, join the Louis Bullen Discord. This server is full of dogs, it's full of awesome people, and it's great, and you should join it today. My fourth point is finding a loadout that works for you. Just because, say, the meta right now is DMAT model or it's mesh shield Lewis gun, that doesn't mean that you have to use that. Maybe you're really good using a winch claw and a flamethrower, pulling enemies in and lighten them up. Maybe you were a Junkrat main in Overwatch and you're really good with the CL40 or the MGL. Don't just play what everyone else is playing just because everyone else is playing that. Experiment. That's what the finals is about. There are tons of weapons, tons of specializations, tons of gadgets, and you can create a loadout that is specific to your play style. And maybe what you thought would work for you didn't work. Try something else. But if you're a beginner and you're looking for some super simple loadouts to try, the first one I would recommend is a Heal Beam Medium. If you're not that good at the game and are trying to find ways to support your teammates to win the game, I think Heal Beam Medium is one of the best ways to do this. On Medium, defibs are absolutely necessary, so I would take defibs. I would take a movement gadget like a jump pad or a zip line. Starting off, I would recommend the jump pad. And then for your third gadget, this can really be whatever you want it to be. This could be a grenade. This could be a goo grenade. This could be a motion sensor. It could be anything, whatever fits to your play style or how you think you want to play. I would also recommend something like a mesh shield heavy with a Lewis gun or an M60. Try to start off with the basics and work your way up to more advanced loadouts and more advanced weapons. My last point, and this is super important even though it may not seem like it, but it is having a good mentality. You need to be confident. If you're not confident in yourself, you're not gonna do well. If you keep telling yourself that you suck at the game and you're bad at the game, you're gonna suck at the game. So you need to be confident and trust yourself and trust your teammates and just play the game. And also, at the end of the day, it's just a video game. Don't get mad, don't rage, don't maul, don't take it out on your teammates because you know what it's like to be on the other side. Sometimes it's frustrating when you're in a ranked game or a world tour game and you just have a teammate trolling and that whole game is basically just a big waste of time. Or someone's raging in voice chat or in text chat and it's the most hilarious thing ever. You're thinking, this is cringe. Why is this guy getting so mad over a video game? Don't let that be you. You should also only play ranked games when you feel good and ready. If you're kind of tired, you're like, oh, should I queue for another one? I don't know. Chances are you shouldn't queue. Go play a quick play. Go play a world tour. Don't queue into a game if you don't feel like it. You're not going to be the best that you can be and you're not going to perform at your highest level. But other than that, if you have any tips for new players that I did not mention in this video, leave it in the comments and maybe it'll help someone out. And also, I stream on Twitch and I have a great time and we all have a great time. So if you want to have a good time watching the finals, come stop by Louis Bullen on Twitch. We have a great time over there. Have a good one. Thanks for coming to the video.